Every time one breaks, it dissolves. You go under the ring and grab it.
Give him dissolving guitars. Make it happen, WWE. We know you got the budget for it.
Especially since they cut the pyros, the bastards.
Have you ever seen One Piece?
Yes.
I wanted to be like Ramona Zorro from One Piece and just like come to the ring carrying 2 guitars in each hand and one in his teeth. And he just starts fighting with 3 guitars.
Okay, now I think you're just pushing it.
Pushing it or not pushing it far enough.
No, I like the infinite guitars that just self-regenerates.
Well, that's his final form. You gotta build up to it somehow.
Sure.
And then that's when Jason Jordan tries to learn the Spirit Bomb and he fails.
Ah, poor Jason Jordan.
It just makes sense, people.
This gimmick just hurts him so much. He's a good wrestler. He needs to drop.
He needs something.
He needs to drop the Kurt Angle's son gimmick.
He needs something, and they're not even addressing it anymore. He's just Jason Jordan.
No. They still talk about it. They were even talking about it. It's like, oh, Jason Jordan must be so happy because he's in a same pay-per-view event with his father.
No,
that's what they're saying.
Yeah, but
commentary.
No, just no. Boo. No, please, no. Boo. It's okay.
They are trying desperately to get this man over.
No. Just, it's okay. It's okay.
Pixie dust. Excuse me.
And now, finally, we are at Meningitis Round 2. Roman Reigns is nowhere to be seen, and suddenly, out of nowhere, we get the return of Kurt Angle, where he teams up with the Shield and beats Miz, Sheamus, and Cesaro, Braun Strowman and Kane in a 35-minute epic, and holy crap, this match had literally everything else you can do.
I think Daniel Bryan's response to Kurt Angle being put in this match is perfect. Interesting. Kurt Angle filling in to be in a WWE main event? Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
But yeah, actually, this match was so much fun. It was redonkulous, but in the good way, redonkulous.
Yeah, wow. Again, to me, it's obvious that either your favorite match of the night was either Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, or the new Shield versus Team Miz and everything else.
The Olympic Shield.
The Olympic Shield.
That's what they were calling it.
The Olympic Shield, whatever. It seemed like this had a lot more big spots and crazy gimmicks. Obviously, it's a TLC match. But either wrestling or spectacle, neither match disappointed, and one just had a little bit more of one than the other. But even so, this lasted conversely way longer than I thought it would, and just going back and forth.
But for me,
boy,
yes, it was a very long match. But the big factor is I was never bored.
Yeah, I was still a little tired since it was the main event and it was the last match, but I sort of rode the wave, and because it went so long, I got a second wind, and then once stuff started happening, teams started breaking down, spots started going all over the place. It was a rush.
I wouldn't even really say spots all over the place. For a TLC match, this one was right on the borderline of being being tamed.
I can see that.
Honestly, the biggest spot that happened in this match was Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins jumping off the ladders, putting Braun Strowman and Kane through the two announce tables. That was really the biggest spot.
Yeah, just they weren't the biggest spots, but there were enough of them scattered around the entire match, and with all the other crazy stuff going with, I think it was Kane who dropped all the mountain of chairs on Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman being thrown into a trash compactor. He got shredded.
Let's break. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. He got shredded. Let's break that down. This part of the event kind of pissed me off, and it wasn't any of the wrestlers who did it. It was the commentary team, and it was certain people in the internet wrestling community, I'm just like, are you people not paying attention to this match? They're asking, oh, why did Kane do this? Why did he chokeslam Braun Strowman through the stage? Which was awesome, by the way. It was a great view.
See, there we go, and there's another one.
And there's like, why did Kane do this? They're partners. Why did they do this? This doesn't make any sense. And I'm just like, were you people not paying attention to to 10 minutes ago? Kane accidentally hit Braun Strowman with a steel chair, and then Braun Strowman pushed Kane down, and they were just about to go at it. I'm like, they're not going to let this. This is not the end of this. Braun Strowman basically pushed Kane down like a bitch. That was obviously going to come back at some point. If it wasn't for Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose getting involved, that part would have escalated a lot quicker.
Yeah, to be fair, I kind of figured that because it was a 5-on-3 handicap match and Angle
5-on-2.
Yeah, and then Angle sort of needed to go slow to start. I kind of figured that some of that was going to happen just given the way the Braun Strowman and Kane's characters have been up until now. But again, I could see they were sowing the seeds of discord, and when it actually happened, I thought it worked out fine.
Actually, once Kane actually turned on Braun Strowman, chokeslammed him through the stage, I love that it's obviously they're planning on something big here. Braun Strowman reaches his hand, grabs Kane's foot. Kane's just like, oh, really, fool?
Really?
Grabs that, what do they call it? The hanging chairs.
Whole bunch of hanging chairs, I guess.
And just pulls it down on Braun Strowman, collapsing it. Didn't John Cena do something similar to Wade Barrett?
I believe he did, yes.
But yeah, completely burying Braun Strowman in chairs. Braun Strowman's temporarily out. They go back to Dean and Seth. Apparently, Dean was not a table guy that night. They tried to put Dean through 2 tables, and both of them just did not break. And
Call Botchamania. He got the Japanese table.
I heard that it was I think it was the French commentator.
He screamed, "I am the table."
He screamed out, "I am the table." I couldn't stop laughing after that.
Oh man,
I was crying.
Poor Dean.
It's so funny. I said the exact same thing as soon as I'm like, "I am the table." But oh my! And bringing out the dump truck, Braun Strowman getting up, getting a huge pop. Throwing Miz aside, attacking Kane, and then all of a sudden all the heels are just ganged up on Braun. I'm like, oh my god, this is it! They're turning Braun Strowman face! This is Braun Strowman's face turn! And then they threw him in the dump truck, trash compactor, and they shredded him. And that's the last we'll see of Braun Strowman for maybe another week.
He'll be back next time. Same Braun time, same Braun channel.
Most likely he'll show up to, let's see, it's 3... When it's this coming Raw, it's still... Is it 3 weeks or 2 weeks to Survivor Series?
I believe it's 3 weeks.
He's not going to show up on this Raw. He's going to show up on the next Raw. And then they're going to officially make it at Survivor Series. Or if anything, Braun shows up, Kane joins the Raw Survivor Series teams, and Braun Strowman comes out and takes Kane out of that match.
Now, speaking of Kane, as the biggest Kane fan that I know, here's a Scholar's Quick Talk question for you. What was your impression of the Finn Balor versus Kane match we got the next night? Thoughts, opinions, where is this going?
It's obviously they're building Kane back up for Braun Strowman. I understand, and I don't like the fact that they kind of... I wouldn't 100% say sacrifice Finn Balor on it, but to be fair, they had Kane take out Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and AJ Styles beforehand. So he pretty much took down the top 4 baby faces of Raw. So, granted, I probably wish the match was a little longer to give Finn Balor some more offense, but I understand why they made Kane look so dominant, because they want to have him versus Braun Strowman. So I'm going to say I'm a little 50-50, maybe 75, 25 for and against, respectively.
Okay, that makes sense. So it makes it easier for you in that case that he took out a whole bunch of other top guys, not just him just crushing Finn Balor alone.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I like to look at the whole bigger picture. Most people are focusing on the fact that, yes, he beat he beat Finn Balor clean. I'm not a huge fan of that either, but I don't see it hurting. Some people say it hurts Finn Balor now. It's like, oh, any chance of Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar is clear out the window since he couldn't beat Kane in 2017.
Well, he also, number one, he also wasn't the Demon at the time.
Even so.
And number two, Kane has the power of politics on his side.
Of course, politics, Kane.
Politics, Kane. I am the mayor.
I love Kane so much. But yeah, it's also my love for Kane that, like, I'm going to give him a pass. And because of what I was just saying about how he did take out the other three big faces of... Well, in this case, the two big faces of Raw and the big face of SmackDown. At least one of the three big faces of SmackDown. I
just had a vision of you just reacting to the Kane match with Finn Balor the same way a dog owner would treat a puppy who just did a naughty. It's like, what in the world did you just do? I can't stay mad at you. Here, have a cookie.
I love Kane so much.
And honestly, I love this entire show so much. So that was.
We're still not even done talking about the match. We just talked about when they took out Strowman. Of course, they look like it's the Miz, Sheamus, and Cesaro, which apparently Sheamus and Cesaro are the new Miz Taraj, or since Bo's sick with the meningitis, and Curtis Axel is Curtis Axel.
He just sort of went off to parts unknown.
I mean, he showed up on Raw, but it's still like he's nowhere near the level of Sheamus and Cesaro. And of course, I read some people, even the people who I was watching TLC with, were very disappointed that Kurt Angle didn't come out in his music. Though to be fair, it was hilarious seeing him come out with Rollins and Ambrose.
That was just cool.
We just saw that big goofy smile on his face.
Like, I am so glad to be here and I can't even help it.
I'm not even mad. I'm just like, I see Kurt Angle doing the big goofy face. He deserves it.
Because it's Kurt Angle. It works.
It works, and it's like, oh, it's adorable.
Oh, I just want to pinch his little cheeks.
I just want to pinch his Olympic cheeks. I'm sure hope you're talking about his face.
Does it help?
Yes.
Then yes, let's go with that.
But yeah, I loved it. I love that he actually was a member of the Shield for the night. I like him in the riot gear. I love that he actually had his Olympic music when he came back, and he Olympic slammed Sheamus, and then he Olympic slammed Cesaro through a table. They're out. And then they just... Oh yeah, Rollins and Ambrose spearing Kane through the barricade, because they had to find some way to take Kane out of this match. Mm-hmm. And then I love the tease that they made where it looked like Miz was going to pin Kurt Angle, but remember, he's a 7-time champion?
Something like that, yeah, easy.
I may be wrong with that number, but he's a multi-time WWE champion, multi-time main eventer of WrestleMania, more than The Miz. Nothing against The Miz, at least he main evented. I love The Miz. And he tapped out to the ankle lock, and it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
And I can say that about this entire event. It was beautiful.
Yes, it absolutely was. So, that being said, final star/beardy ratings for this.
Just call it what it is. It's our facial hair rating.
Facial hair ratings.
I'm going to slap you if you mess up again.
I didn't mess up. I'm just explaining it.
For facial hair ratings, the best thing I can say, there really was, other than Jason Jordan and Elias, because that was the weakest match on the card, and the storyline was redonkulous. But other than that, great wrestling in every single match. There really was no bad match, minus the P break match that they threw in